Alrighty. Everything's set up, ready. Take this off because I don't need it right now anymore. I think we're good to go. Hopefully my audio, everything is on point this morning. Yeah, good morning guys. Welcome to another stream here today. Or if you're watching this later on, welcome to another video here today. I hope you guys have been doing great and wonderful on this day. And it's Wednesday, right? Yeah. It's the middle of the week already. Alrighty, time is flying already. Alright, so what's the plan? What did we do last stream? We did something with the AIs. We ended up fixing, implementing. Did we implement anything? I kind of forgot what we did last. It's too early for me to think about what we did last time. But the only thing that I know is that I did fix the bugs that there was at the end of the live stream. So those are good to go, and we can continue to the next enemy today. But before we even go to the next enemy, let's load into the game. Let's show you what the enemies are doing currently. Double check that everything's set up though. I feel like I'm missing something. You guys ever get that? Where you feel like you're always missing like one little thing? But in the end you're not? But when you don't feel like you're missing anything, you are missing something? It happens all the time. Alright, so we have the slimes right now. We're only showing the slimes. So that's what we're having right now, and displays the states at the top, which I will disable later on. This state that is showing right here is just for debug purposes. But yeah, we have a slime that's patrolling, and then once it sees the enemy or the target, which is the player, it'll end up attacking it. So you can see him attacking like crazy, going like crazy and attack me. And then if I go too far away, it will go into investigate mode and will try to figure out and try to find me. And after it does it for a little while, we'll go back to patrol. So that's what it's doing right now, and basically it. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. It just attacks. I gotta increase the hitbox on this. That's one bug I need to fix on me attacking. Either the hitbox on the slime or the recast that I'm doing on it. And then once I'm done, I'm good to go. We defeated the enemy, and I did update it so that it doesn't respawn the enemy yet until like 5 minutes later. Because before, after I killed one, or after I killed the slime, it will respawn it immediately, and I didn't want that to happen. So I made it so that once it spawns all of them, it waits 5 minutes until it starts spawning them all over again. But cool. So that's basically what the slimes are doing. I can show you what the hog is doing. Let me copy the path to that. And actually, I forgot how am I determining what to spawn? Let's go into Visual Studio. I forgot to open it again. Alright, so we have this here. We find out where we're spawning those bad boys at. Here. Oh yeah, we ended up fixing remember the issue that I was having with the spawners? Hold on. Why is there... Oh, there we go. Something weird is going on in Visual Studio right now. So if I go back, initially the type of this spawner, I apologize for the rooster in the background if you guys are able to hear it. is going all crazy and going ham right now. I'm waking everybody up. But anyways, we had this spawner over here. And initially it was an agent spawner instead of a Node2D. And every time I called the function to despawn it didn't work because this despawn function, one of the parameters was just Node2D. And it didn't want to work. Because of that, it had to be the exact same type as the parameter that was what was it at? Edenville map. Let's find that. I'll be at the bottom. These spawn nodes. It needed to be the exact same type, Node2D. But because mine was an agent spawner, it didn't work because they couldn't find this function because it was not a Node2D or whatever. But in my thought, I'm like, it should be able to cast it down to Node2D, right? At least that's what I thought. So after realizing that that was the issue, I changed it to a Node2D, but it still didn't work. And the reason was because the parameter, when I was adding it into the array, I was using the actual agent spawner type, and that didn't work. So what I had to do was to actually use the Node2D spawner on top, instead of using the one that's in here, even though this is a Node2D already, a type Node2D, right? So that's very strange, but I just wanted to point that out just in case anybody knew that or maybe didn't know about it, I guess. That whatever you're adding here has to be the same type that you're appending to it, so making sure it's the same type. Even though that this agent spawner that I'm casting it to is the same thing, so I don't know. It is very weird. Just like little things like that, it gets me. But hey, I was able to fix it. So now when I'm despawning them, I'm actually calling this now instead of actually iterating through each one of these and adding it into a bigger array, which is, I don't get it. It's very weird. But anyway, and there you go. There you go. Alright, so anyways, what was I on? I was trying to figure out how to spawn the hog, right? Are we doing anything here that determines... Oh, here, set the scene path. There we go. So I gotta find a way to determine what to spawn in that area. Oops, I didn't... Remember I changed the clipboard. Let's change that again. Copy path. I gotta determine what to spawn in there depending on where this spawner is located. But for the time being, I'm just gonna do this. Let's build it to dev. All right, finished building. Let's run in. Let me show you the hog if you have not seen it at all yet. This is your first time being here. Let's show you the hog. All right, let's log into the game. Go to test, and we should see the hog walking around, doing his thing. I gotta update its animations though, which is I'm not too crazy about them right now. But that's just the hog and what it's doing right now. Right now it's in the patrol state, and I realized it doesn't have the debug state on these guys, or maybe it does. I just forgot to move it up. But once one of them spots me, it goes crazy and it goes after me, and you can see it doing this raw attack on me, which is awesome. I love it. So it has two different attacks. One, it pounces on me. It gets like the slime. I don't have an animation for it yet, which is why it's doing what it's doing right now, just sliding to me. And then I have another one that's the roll attack, which is just rolling around and trying to hit me with that. But I love that roll attack. It looks so awesome. Look at him trying to roll at me. I gotta figure out, you notice the The white sorting on this is weird on the hog. What about me? Is it weird on me? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's very strange. It should be way... I gotta change the white sorting on that. Alright. But yeah, that's basically what the hog is doing right now. Let's take this guy a little down, and there we go. Gone. Cool. So I had two different types, and basically I'm at a point where I can work on the next one, and I can gonna be tweaking this and the logic of the Limbo AI behavior trees and all that as I'm working on them and trying to put them in a good spot. So I think there's a good point where I can start on the next enemy. Because I got the spawners working. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna be changing the types and what to spawn in that location. But cool. So I have another one, which is a skeleton. I'd love to have a skelly. I'm calling them skellies in my game. So we got this little skeleton over here. I started adding it, but I still have to add some more animations on these guys. So let's get it, right? Let's get it and add these animations. So I did it for just a reset. So I did it for the left. So this is doing right now. I'm just moving up and down. I gotta do the same thing for the right. What's different here? Oh, it's because I added the arms. I made it so the arms are separate than from the body. So let's add the arms. And change the frames on these guys. Actually, you know what? I should open up. Let me open up my skeleton here. So I have it so that the next one is 5, 6, 7, 8 for the other facing direction, which is why is it starts at 4? Am I tripping? Why does it start at 4? This is 0, so it goes to 3. Oh. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I was weirded out for a second there. And how many animations does it have? I have 4. Okay. So this should be 4. Put the key here. Do the same thing here, which starts at 4. Let's make sure it's at 1 exactly. And it's gonna be 7. I'm just gonna figure out why is this one not showing the correct animation right now? Oh, it's because I'm not playing it? Or is it because this is on? I think it's because of this is on. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Cool, so if I play it... oh, it's because this needs to be continuous. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. So we got the idle on that. And then we got move left. Let's delete this flip because that's for the slime. And let's make this a tad bit bigger. So let's go to 8. How many frames is it? Walking left is 1, 2, 3. Will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. All the way to 13. There we go. And let's get the arms into place as well. Get the frames. Insert the key. It's gonna be the exact same thing at 8. And here, which is 13. And as always, this need to be continuous. Why is the head? I can see the head facing left, so why is this facing right? Or maybe it's backwards here. 13. Or is it because of the flip? There was a flip on this earlier. Hold on. Is the flip still active? Yeah. There we go. I'm not using flip anymore, so cool. I mean, this is walking though, so I may need to change the speed on this, on the animation tree. Or I can make it bigger, right? Yeah. I can make the distance of this to be at 1 instead of being here. I mean, still kind of. Hold on. I feel like this is a little too slow. I'm gonna put it at yeah, sure, that works. Cool. So we got that for move left. I gotta figure out what the shadow, maybe I think it's moving, scaling it up and down, so I gotta fix that. So I'm gonna have to come back here again in a bit. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. Alright, so we started at 13, so it should be 14 now. And it should be the same amount of frames. Let me see. 14, 15. Wait, 14, yeah. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Goes all the way to 19. Same thing here. 14, it goes all the way to 19. And this needs to be continuous. And just like the other one, we need to update this to be as 0.75. Yeah, there's something weird with the animations on this though. See that? This frame is weird. Maybe what happens if I remove this frame? I removed the last frame. Let me see what happens. That frame looks very weird. Yeah, it just, then after that, it just looks weird. I mean, it should work. So why does it? Yeah, it should be the same leg, right? Why is it off? I want to look into that later. I'll have this like that. So we have move right. I'm not doing jumping left and right because this was from the slime. So let's go to the animations and let's edit it and remove those. Actually, it's not an edit. Where is that? Manage animations. So let's delete those. Oh, you know what? Let's keep them, or let's rename them. Let's do. Do attack. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I want to have like a general term for everybody, so they all call it the same thing. So should I say attack left? Or should I say swing left if it's or maybe melee it? You know what? Let's do melee. That works better. Melee left. And then do another one for melee here. And then if it's a range attack, it will be a range left and range right, or a range attack left. Cool, that works for me. So let's go in here. I'm gonna reset real quick. Actually, I don't even know what this is here for. Let's delete this flip because I don't need it. And let's go into melee left, shall we? Well, there's two things. There's, well, hold on. How do I want to handle this? There's one for. Yeah, you know what? Because there's a melee walking one and there's a melee idle, right? So when I wanted to attack, should it stop and attack me, or can they keep walking and attack me at the same time? I think for now, let's make it so it stops, attacks, and then I don't know. We'll see how that. Let's see how that gonna look like right now. I feel like I gotta tweak that. How I want to handle that case. How do I want to handle that case? This collision shape is from the attack trigger. Okay. From the attack trigger. Alright, let's get the arms in here. Let's get the arms. Let's do the frame. And since we're staying idle, yeah, should be fine. Oh, but it's left, so it should be 0. Zito. Oops, I didn't mean to move you. And this one should be 3. But the arm's gonna be a different frame. So I gotta get in there and make sure that it's in the correct spots. Oh, I changed the audio. I mean music on this. I don't really like this music. Sonic music? Come on. You can do better than that. Let me see this other one. What does I have?
Thought I worked all weekend, but I just stopped.
Oh, a little bit better than the other one at least, I think. This one's Yoshi's story too, though, which is great. Let's. All right, where was I? Okay, so I gotta figure out what is the frames for this. So the frames for that for swing left, it's almost 39, but you also gotta figure out. I'm removing 1, 2, 3. No, I can delete it. I don't know when. Let's delete this frame for right now. I don't need these frames here. Delete that frame. Delete this frame. Okay. So we have starting at 33. Should be 32 then. Yeah. So 32. And this, I need to check how many is 32. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay. And it goes all the way to 37. Right, and then it's continuous. Let's look how that looks right now. We got this, and it comes in, and you can see his hand just punching. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so let's update the. I want this to activate at this point. The collision shape should be active now. Wait, hold on. Or should it always be inactive? Nah, I think it should be disabling here at this point. I think it should enable like around here, I think. And then bam. Right? Bam, bam, bam. So now the question here is that I gotta have this collision shape always following the hand. What I can do in this case, I can create a child node, which is just a node 2D. And this is going to be like the hands, right? And inside of that, I'm going to put the hands in there. Hold on, let's transform, let's make sure the position is reset. Cool. That moves the collisions, great. Not exactly what I was looking for, but okay, let's disable that. And I'm gonna make it so that this hand is always following this. So it starts on here, wherever you want to have it at. Let's add it in here. This hands, and we're going to be moving this position. And we already have a point, which is the current position, which is there. We go to the next animation. Right there. We'll move it. Enter key. And move it again. Enter key. And it comes in here. Or insert a key here. And then we'll have another one that's in this location here. And it's back to normal-ish. Yeah, that works. So the question here is, how exactly do I want it to follow my this? So if we can animate it here, we can see like it's always following it, right? But do I want it to be smooth like that, or do I want it to be discreet? So you can see it like bam bam, so it's not smooth. I guess it just depends. I think this is fine. Bam bam bam. That is awesome. I love it. So I'll probably have to test that, maybe increase the radius on this to be a little bit bigger, so at least it's able to you know, attack me. But we'll test it out. So that's the melee left. What I can do, actually, you know what I can do, let's delete the right one. I don't have to copy majority of the stuff that I did in here, and let's duplicate this one. I'll make it right here. So now we're in the right. So we mean the right, and then it finishes off at a 3, so this should be 4, all the way to 9, right? And this finishes off with 38 plus 5. What is 5? 38 plus 5, 43. So now it does the, wait, hold on, woohoo, what's going on here? Or why did it start running? Did I put it too far? 4. Maybe it wasn't 9. Maybe it was 7, I think. Yeah. Cool. Now I want to do the same thing with the following, but since this is a different location now, I gotta change it. So let's update those positions that I did earlier. Now we can just delete all of those and just redo it again. So we got the position here. It doesn't have to be exactly exact. Oh wait, I moved the, let's disable this for now. Let's put it here. We'll add a point. We'll add a, move the point, and then we'll add another one. Add another, move the points, and we'll add another one. Move the points. We'll add another one. And then we'll move the points. Add another point. Move the points. Should just move it a little bit forward, shall we? But like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly on the money spot, but all right, so let's run this. Cool, there we go. Bam 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 bam. Cool. All right, so we got melees on this. Let's test it out and see how this is gonna look like with the Skellies. Skellies has the correct behavior tree, right? It has a melee, yeah. So we can try testing this now and see how that looks like. And copy the path. Let's go into Visual Studio and update this to be Skellies. Probably be testing one at a time though, but you know what? Let's test it one at a time. Let's go into the test scene. I have a spawner here already, so I might as well just use that before testing it on the bigger map. And we got the ancient spawner here, and this is the path that he's going to be using. So let's run the test scene and see what's up. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot to add on a pool manager. Boo. Alright, pool manager. Let's add you into the list, shall we? Alright, what's a new pool item? We'll call it Scully. Prefab. There we go. Use this. How much hogs am I spawning? I'm putting 10 hogs in here. Let's put 10 skellies. I probably should put a lot more though, because I get those errors like crazy. But a 10 should be fine. And let's put it here, Skelly as well, so he changes on the top when I close it and it shows Skelly there. Let's save it. Alright. And let's go to the test scene, save, and let's run it again. All right. Ooh. I'm gonna have to put them smaller actually. That is the first time I actually seen it in the game, and it's actually pretty huge. Yeah, it's pretty huge. I swear I tested it with my enemy and with my character next to it, and it matched up okay. But it looks way too huge in here. Alright, let's get closer and let's see what it does. Oh, he's doing a pounce attack? What? You can't do pounces on me. I forgot to change the attack on this to be... Because right now, I believe I don't even have I only have roll and pounce attack, so that means I'm gonna have to add the logic for like a melee punch. Hold on. Yeah, because this guy is actually filling up. Hold on. He's a lot shorter, right? But with the Skelly, I actually am using the entire middle square for it. So I may end up moving this a little bit shorter for this guy. I'll probably do that off screen though. Unless I want giant skeletons in this game, you know? I'll give it a thought. Alright, let's add the logic for this then. So I got attack. I don't remember if this is scenes. Under AI, no, not this AI. NPCs? Not in here. I know it's not in C++, so it has to be. Oh, it has to be here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So let's add an actual let's add an actual melee attack. No, I just want to create a new script. Yeah, that's what I want. Let's call it, yeah, just melee, right? Melee attack, which can be the same as pounce depending on, I don't know. Another thing I could probably put as could be like a punch attack, because melee can be a lot of different things, right? You could either have a bat, like an actual item in your hand. You could be punching. Maybe you have a weapon where he is using the butt of the weapon. What is it called? The back and the stock. And you just punch him with that. That's considered a melee attack. You know, let's do a punch attack. And if I ever need to change it to be more general, then we can do that later. Yeah. Alright, punch attack. Alright, so for the punch attack, it has to have this inherit from base attack. And you can call it just class name punch attack. I think so, that should be fine. And then I might just copy this for now. Punch attack. Oh, my headphones about to die. No way. All right, so for the pounce attack, I'm not doing too crazy stuff here. It is keeping track of all the enemy target position. Tells me this animation started. Does it actually print that? Probably does. I probably don't want to print this at all. I don't need this at all right now. I think I was using it before, which is why it's commented off. Okay. And then the tick, which is great. It gives me the tick. And then, so, I mean, technically it's almost the same thing as a pounce attack, but instead of pouncing on me, I need to choose the animation that I want to use. Which is why I want to make it so that animation's a little bit more general. So if you go into a pounce attack in animation tree, it uses this amount, this thing here. You know, we'll go more general attack. I mean, more general for approach for the time being. Let's see, melee attack. Of course, is for right now. It's just gonna say it's not moving. Is attack true, and then do melee. It goes true, right? It doesn't have that, so let's add it to the top. Cool. Does the attack roll, does all of that stuff. I need to do this too. And then just to reset it, do a melee, it will be false here. Alright, so there's one thing, you know, let's do a little cleanup here. Func, initiate attack. I guess that's what I'm gonna name it. I'm not gonna pass anything in there. And by default, we'll be like, hey, it's gonna be false. And it's gonna be attacking for sure. And we're setting this on top as well. So all I have to do is just call this function. I don't need to call this. And I don't need to call this anymore. So we'll do the same thing for the others. There's a little cleanup in here. And this one, I do want the moving to be true though. Because it's moving and attacking at the same time. So the only difference here. I guess if it's already moving, it's moving, right? I mean, maybe we can just leave that one by itself, or we can do some other hacky way of doing it, but I don't want to do it just for that. Like we can grab its previous state first, the previous, if it's moving, call the function and then reset it back. What if there was something there before? Yeah, so yes, so I reset the other ones too in here. So we can do pounds, I'll do melee, we set it to false by default. Do roll equals false, and do what was the other one? Pounds. So by default we set these here because it's gonna get set down here anyway. It's moving, it's attack, do roll, bounce. Yeah, all 5 of them are in there. I want to, except for attack is true though. We can do this and then just update these. And for this one here, I can delete those. Let's attack here. And what I was thinking here was to set the previous state, previous moving equals is moving, right? And then just reset it back after. Other than that, that cleans that up a little bit. But it's weird when it says a reset. Maybe I should change this for a reset attack. Does it really make sense? Are we initiating it? But then I do it on a reset. You know, that's something I could think about later. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So what we're doing, we do a melee attack, does this. Initiate attack and do melee. The only difference, the other update I need to do is to actually go to the animation tree and update those values in here for attack. So open the editor, do a pounds. I actually don't even need a pounds here, since we don't even do pounces in here. I mean, unless I want the Skelly to do a pounce or whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like the Skelly reforms itself to like a ball or whatever, and then pounces to, and then reforms back. I think that would be pretty sweet. You know, I'll leave it in case I do ever want to do that. Actually, I just thought of that right now. I think it'd be pretty sweet if I did do that. All right, so let's do Actually, it could be a single. It doesn't need to be a 2D. Let's do a 1D. And this is just the melee. Right? So we configure it in here. We do a melee left. On the left side and a melee. Alright. If it's on the right side, we come back. We attach it. Attach it back. And let's do melee here. Be similar to what these guys have in here in advance. So if it is not attacking, and it is attacking, okay. I guess we're not doing too crazy stuff in here. I should probably do and say and do pounce, or not do pounce as well. Or you know what? Just say if it's not attacking at all, it just goes back. Yeah. That should be fine. Let's do it. Is attack. Same thing here. If it's not attacking already, then it just moves back. But moving in, I actually want to say if it is attacking, and do pounce. Right? Same thing here. Well, let me copy that. And instead of do pounds, let's do melee. Cool. So it only goes here if it's attack or melee. And if it's attack or do pounds, it goes in here. Cool. And it should only go back when it's not attacking. Do I want it to immediately change, or do I want it to do it after it finished attacking? I think I'll be okay if it changes automatically an instant change. I don't think I have a big problem with that at the moment, unless it looks weird and wrong. I think so. I think it should be good. Alright, let's test this out. Oh yeah, well no, we're still not, I can't test it out without doing the melee code on this thing, which is punch attack. And it should be similar to the pounce. Or are we calling this? To do melee attack. I think that's what I named the function. Melee attack. I believe I don't need to do any of this stuff. Do I do anything for the next exit? I guess yeah, we can do reset here. I'm fine with that. On the exit. But I don't think I need to call this at all. Because there's no tick on this. Since it's gonna stop and do whatever it's gonna be doing. I believe I don't need that. The only problem I see with this is the range and the distance of where it stops. Let's see how it looks. I may end up using the tick here just to get a little bit more closer. If the logic for the melee attack here, for enemy melee, the distance of where it changes to attack is too far away. Because right now it changes, let's see, pursue. It checks to see the players within a range of 16 and 20 distance away. I don't know if that is too far away. So we'll test it out and see how that looks. So for Scally here for attack config, instead of attack pounds, I'm gonna do the punch attack. So let's check them out right now on test scene. Let's run it. Hold on. Replying to my dad. All right, let's check Scully. All right, let's see what happens when you get closer to me. I might. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I may need that. Let's check the logic again. I have this timer. Also, that's what I was doing with the timer. Because I'm waiting for the animation to finish. Because this changes its state on the limbo AI. Once this returns true, it will then change to the next state on the behavior tree. Or we'll go to the next tree logic. So it waits until this returns true. So that's why I was checking to see, hey, I want to know when this animation is done. I'll check this time, how long it takes, to then wait for it. Okay, so what I can do, I'll probably can do the same thing just for now. I just want to see it work first. So we'll do that. And I'll pounce timer. We'll set it to 0 here. And well, I'm just gonna copy this entire thing for the time being. I'll set timer to 0 in here. So every time it enters is 0. I don't care about this other stuff in here. Cool. So we just leave it like that. Delete this. And once the timer is greater than 0.75, then we can just go to the next state. So let's test it out again. Alright, let's see what's up. There we go. It punched me and then left. Punched. Yeah, it definitely needs to get closer. Oh, but hey, it hit me though. Bam. I just noticed it keeps flipping back and forth. I think that the timer's too long. And also, I believe if I go back to the animations, I think I have that as a whatchamacallit on a loop. I think I forgot to change it back to normal. So let's go into my LA. See, it's in a loop. I don't need it to be in the loop. I'm gonna save that. But other than that, okay. So let's go to a punch attack. Do I still want this character too? Alright, so let's copy this then. I'll leave it like that. It's similar to a pounce attack, only difference is that it does this. But we'll keep track of this. We got speed. I don't know if I even need the agent, but I'm keeping it. I should remove majority of this other stuff in here. And the agents, I'm setting it in here as well. And the target position, you know, let's do that too. Alright, so why are you crying? Oh, I see. You're fine. I think it's just this guy here. Oh, wait a minute. This is on exit. Wait, what? What's going on? Hold on. Let's leave it like that. I think I comment. I replaced the function. There's no function here anywhere. There we go. And I got a min distance for completion. There's an export on top. So it moves a little bit closer. But I think at the right, for the time being, it's going to be sliding. But let's see how this looks like. The mid distance so far, I feel like is a good distance. But given that the skelly is too huge, it might be a little bit too close. Alright, Skelly. Pursue. Whoa, he slid to me. Whoa, you know what? I don't know if I dislike that, but it still looks like a pounce to me, though. It attacked me twice, too, by the way, because it does. I believe this is too big of a value. You know, let's bring back this. Let's test it out. You know, we'll test it in the stream and get in a good spot so that I can actually use a better timer than doing that. So I'll copy this. Alright, so let's, you know what, let's go through here and see if it actually shows up correctly. So let's run it once again. And I need to remove that actually. Listener. Yeah, it's 0.75 though. Interesting. Another thing I'm not also doing is setting what direction I should be at. So I'm still kind of weirded out that it still works. But you know, 75 is not that bad though. Let's make sure we set the correct direction on it, because I'm not doing that right now. Where do I have that at? Maybe it's in agents. Base direction. Yeah, there we go. What did I do here? Oh, I changed the hog to a skelly. I was gonna change that, but I just not. I decided to use the testing instead. Okay. Anyways, just copy this. Just make sure we actually set the correct facing direction, but I need to actually get the actual path to it, to the animation tree. Parameters. Locomote, and there's an attack, and it's melee. I need this. Copy property path. Then let's go back here. There we go. So we weren't doing this at all, so maybe that will fix that. Well, because it kind of like flips. Alright, let's move that over, move those over here, and let's run it. I did build, right? I think it did. I think that's what this did. Yeah. Kind of like the pounce, because I copied the code for the pounce for the slime, and it looked like it actually is punching it, but it's like striking and punching at the same time. It kind of looks pretty cool. It was an accident, but I mean, it looks pretty nice. You see that? It's kind of like it's leaning in to attack. It still does, it flips the other direction right away too though, which is I don't like. Not sure why is it doing that. Why is it doing both directions where you shouldn't need to do both directions? Maybe I messed up the animation tree? But hey, it kind of works though. It just looks a little bit weird just because the skelly is too huge. But I think that's about. Let's just look at the animation tree real quick and make sure that I set that up correctly. Yeah, I mean, this is the left side. And this is left. And then right, so I don't see why that's not working. I mean, I used a 2D, but yeah, that's not needed. Like the hog, let me check the hog real quick. Go to animation tree. Go to attack. I did a pre-roll. I guess it's the same thing. I don't see anything different here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that and see why is it doing back and forth. But anyways, it looks like it is printing those values correctly, so I may end up using those instead. Let's go here. I'm not looping through them anymore. Go melee left and right, so very strange that that's what's happening there, but I can look at that later. But anyways, I think I'm gonna have to call it right now. I'm gonna have to call it right now, guys. A little earlier, like 45 minutes earlier, just because my dad needs help with something, which is why he texted me earlier. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, you know, we added the skelly here. I'm gonna be tweaking it and making it smaller. So next time I go live stream, you'll see it a little bit smaller because it's pretty huge. Unless I want huge skellies in here, feel free to let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you for watching this, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, and if anything, you can subscribe and you can always change your mind later. But yeah, anyways, guys, have a great day, a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bunny out.